configurations, the configuration will not be in one place. It will not be just in Ariba, but it will also be we need to do some configurations in the backend ERP system as well. So as a consultant, we'll be working on both the places. The expectation from the organization will be to know both the tools, that is SAP MM and as well as Ariba. So again, when I say SAP MM, so you actually doesn't need to know a complete SAP MM, because completely SAP MM is a very, very, very vast module, where you'll have this master data info, information, you'll have this purchase info record information stored, then you'll be having this account determination topics. So these are all not needed. So you just need to know how a program can be executed in the backend ERP system. You need to know what all the information that is there in the purchase order. You need to know what information that is there in the goods receipt and what all the information that is there in the invoice. So this material master, purchase info record, this inventories are all for direct procurement. And MM is actually a direct procurement tool. Actually, MM is capable of both indirect and direct, but the integration what we do from Ariba to MM is only for the indirect part. So knowing only indirect part is sufficient.
Okay. Okay, I will try to read that as well, whenever I.
Yeah, it is actually recommended. So it is actually recommended to get to know the SAP MM part as well. But again, you have basic SAP MM videos in the YouTube, so going through that should also be very much sufficient.
Okay. And also, how about the cloud management? I'm new to that as well, but I know to work on servers, but cloud management is completely new to me.
Not needed. So from our end, cloud management will not do anything. It is completely handled by SAP Ariba engineering team. So even we don't have visibility or we don't have access as well to that. Only configuration with respect to cloud, what we do is only the certificate updates. So there will be yearly base certificate upgrades. So we will get notified from Ariba. They will provide us the updated certificate. It's just we need to store it wherever it is needed at our place. So other than that, there is no cloud management or server maintenance is needed. So server is completely maintained and managed by Ariba engineering team.
Okay.
So it is completely that we will be working as a functional consultant. So the code level are very, very, very low. So around 2-3%, you'll be working on codes. That too, if you just know how to read the CXML, that is more than sufficient. So other than that, there is not much expectation that Ariba functional consultant will require.
Okay.
And that too, the CXML, why it is needed is so whenever the data comes from the Ariba network into our Ariba buying system, so it will be on a CXML method. So that it's a CXML language. And also, if we want to integrate our Ariba tool with any other third-party tool, so again, the data that we consume within our Ariba system is CXML. So that is the reason, getting to know on CXML is needed. But again, we'll be not writing any codes or anything. Reading CXML experience is more than enough. If you are able to read the CXML, that is more than enough.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is an overview of Ariba, and this is what Ariba module offers for each purchasing activities. So any questions with the flow which I have shown to you? Any questions from anyone?
No, Arun. For now, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, great. So in Ariba, right? So I'll be giving you an overview of two datas. So in procurement or in any ERP teams, two datas are important. So one is called as master data and another one is called as transactional data. So to get started with transactional data, master data is the prerequisite and mandatory information. So what does this mandatory data, I mean, like what does this master data and what does this transactional data mean? So this purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, and invoice, contract. So these are all called as transactional data. And what is called as master data? So master data are called as company code, then plant code, then cost center, information, and we have general ledger information that is called as GL. Then we have WBS, supplier master data. So these are all called as master data. So with the help of master data only, we'll be able to create the transactional data. So without this master data, we will not be able to create transactional data. Again, like commodity code, so unit of measurement, and currency code. So these are all called as master data. So to create an transactional data, we need master data. Okay, so what does master data holds? What company code will hold? This company code will hold the company address information. And what plant will hold? The plant will hold the plant address information as well as VAT information. What does this cost center information means? Cost center will hold the department information. So what does this general ledger means? General ledger is used for account determination. So this general ledger information is required to see like where the cash is flowing from which place to which place. So WBS is called as project. So if you are working in a project, so this will have a project code. WBS is a project code. So supplier master data will hold supplier related information. And commodity code will hold the item category related information. So you are aware about commodity code, right? So generally any item in the world will be classified under a code. So under electronics, laptop will be having a classified code. Then mouse will have a classified code. Television will have a classified code. Laptop monitors will have a classified code. So that is called as commodity code. And this classification as a standard is stored under UNSPSC. Unit of measurement like pieces, liters, or kgs. So these are all again in master data. Currency code, that is like INR, USD, euros. So these are all called as master data. So whenever we develop an Ariba tool, master data information is the first information which we will load into our Ariba system. Only after this master data is loaded, we will be able to or will be capable of creating a transactional data. So without supplier information will not be able to create a sourcing activity. Again, without company code or plant information will not be able to create an contract. So again, without in purchase requisition, we need to tell, right, for which company and for which plant we are actually buying this item. So for that, we need the master data in our Ariba system. Only then we will be able to select company code as Indian company code and the plant is Bangalore plant. So this data are called as master data, and any transactions that we create in our Ariba system are called as transactional data. So any question with these two data?
No.
Okay, so once we have the server, so I talked with Arun today, and Arun told like he'll be helping me with the server tomorrow. So tomorrow let's start with the downstream activity. So I will again wherever we can start it, but downstream will be a bit easier to start with, because we can start with the basic purchasing activity, whereas we can start with the PR and we will see one flow till invoice, and then we will see the configurations, master data information, that what all we have. Then we will see the approval flow configuration, how it works. So let's have an end-to-end of P2P, and then let's come with the upstream activities. SLP, then we will see sourcing activities, and we will see contract management. And once contract management ends here, we will end the course, and I will show you one end-to-end cycle. That is, let's onboard an supplier, and let's have an sourcing activity. Let's have an contract management activity. Then once the contract management is open, we will try to create an PR against that contract, and let's see how the discounts are applied for the negotiated terms. And let's see how the PO is created and sent to supplier, order confirmation, advance ship notice, GR, and invoicing. Okay, any questions till now? Today it was complete theoretical because we didn't had access to the server. So tomorrow, we will be getting the server. So as soon as we have the server, let's jump into the Ariba system, and let's see how Ariba UI will look, and how we will be navigating in our Ariba system. Sure. Then, so again, nothing much to talk theoretically about for today. So we can close this call 40 minutes earlier. And as soon as we have a server back, then we can start with the downstream topic. And so first it will be an functional area, where I'll be showing an end-to-end process. Then I will take you into the configurational part.
Okay.
Okay, then, so before we close the call for today, so do you have any questions?
No,
I'm good. Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah. Thank
Please
you.
continue.
No, I'm good. Sorry. I don't have any questions. Please.
Okay. Actually, Arjun, I thought of asking after every session, if I have any questions after the session, can I drop you a mail or something if I want to ask?
Definitely you can. So at the end of the sessions, definitely if you have any questions, we can discuss on the same call and we can close it up. Or if there is any question that you have before we start the next day, right? So you can have the questions ready, so we can discuss it before we start with the new topic.
Sure.
Sure.
Thank
Then
you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice rest of your day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.